So, villager breeder over there. I made it out of glass. I think I like that. I wish these had stairs. I want smooth stone stairs, but it's not an option. Anyway, I don't know how to make the staircase look pretty, but I do need to get up here sometimes. Villagers over here, keep them apart, and basically you need to chuck them a bunch of food, because you can't have sex if you don't have food. If you're hungry, ruins the mood, I guess. I don't know. You need to chuck them a shitload of food. I give them like 6, 7 stacks of crops. And then they stand, this shield is in the way, they stand on a glass pane over there. So a adult villager can't fit through the gaps, nor can you as a player. You can't fall off of that. That's solid. But baby villagers are tiny, so they can fit through between the pane and this block, and they fall down. These slabs make it spawn proof and make the villager think it can walk in this direction, I think. And then it falls through to the bottom over here. So a couple of things. These buttons make sure the water doesn't go down here. So this is basically where baby villagers are kept. And usually a baby villager would just nick the water, and as soon as the villager touches the water after standing here, it'll start floating up and be pushed through by the current up top. This is still standing water. So originally they drop in, and because they're moving quickly, they land at the bottom. But usually they would nick into this and swim up. But chests and honey blocks are slightly smaller than a full block. So with chests here, it actually fits, and the baby villagers chill here. Once they grow up, their heads bonk into the water. They float up and are pushed in here, and here I can remove them with, I don't have boats on me. I usually use a boat that just goes into this corner. Technically I can also use minecarts, but they're more expensive for distances, and there's water here, so boats are pretty much just as quick. Yeah, so there's that. Another lightning rod. Don't know if that's the one you saw previously. I've been fighting a lot of drowned, so I'm gonna make myself a trident at some point. I want to know this shell. I just put sharpness 4 on this bad boy. So this is sharpness 4, unbreaking 2, looting 2, unbreaking, infinity, power 4. This is my silk touch pickaxe. I also have that fortune pickaxe you saw. I might have upgraded it as well. A silk touch shovel that I just got. This fishing rod, I'm kind of AFK fishing. I need a name tag for a zombie. I did the thing where, by the way, I have many emeralds on me. Here is the villager crop farm. So jack-o'-lanterns keep the area lit and are convenient, and they prevent the villager from walking into the water block that's just below the jack-o'-lantern. Here you see a slab, a wooden slab. The water is above that slab. And basically this is a farmer villager, so you need to give him a composter, and he needs to link to it. And once they choose the composter as their profession, you trade with them once, which usually carrots, potatoes, or sometimes beetroot if they're gross. You trade with them once, and then they're a farmer forever. You break the blocks, they're no longer needed. And I also like to lock in this one as just some random profession. This one is blacksmith or armorer? No, blacksmith. I don't care. So this one comes from the breeder over there. Never picked up any items in his life. So the game sees it as a hungry villager. So he's chilling here. And he wants food. This farmer is constantly harvesting food, so he tries to throw it to the villager in the corner, but it gets caught against the fences and on the hoppers and stuff. So he tries to throw it, and then it just gets caught in the chest. So it does that. Same thing up above with carrots, and they're just going. also these villagers need to see a bed. So there are 2 villagers up there, and for them to breed, they need another bed with it that they can see. So 3rd bed up there, so they make the baby falls down, and up here, they're still contributing towards the village cap. So for every villager you have spawned, you need to place a bed for them. So once I need more villagers, which I do, I just don't have beds yet, I can build up here, and then I will have a nice and convenient amount of villagers. Yeah, you can see these things, it has to be in the middle of a chunk, in a single chunk. So like, yeah, chunks are just, again, I don't know exactly what your definition of in-depth is, but chunks are a 16 by 16 area, and basically the game loads things based off of chunks. So one chunk is loaded at a time, and always the whole chunk is always loaded. And basically what happens is if I'm, say, over there, and half of my farm is rendered or is being loaded, and the other half isn't, the villager can walk into the unloaded half and like basically just disappear. So my farm could break, which is stupid. So I do not want that to happen. Here, you can see my fishing rod has many things on it. Here is what I'm going to be working on next, probably. The reason I need a name tag. Ooh, I'm coming back for that Riptide. But basically, I've got a ton of librarians just chilling over here. But as you can see, they're rather expensive. 24 paper takes a while to accumulate with my little, tiny little sugarcane farm. And like, I have plenty of emeralds, but I just feel resistant to spend that much on them. I feel like they don't deserve it. So I am busy, I think, yeah, so this is where Frank number 2 is gonna go. Frank is going to be a zombie. I put it in the main villager breeder as well. There are rails at the back that make Frank like stop, for instance, right here. And then if Frank stops here, he can attack the villager, turning it into a zombie villager. I hit it with a weakness potion and a golden apple. And once he has been returned to villagerness, he will, once he's a villager, he will give me discounts, and all of the surrounding villagers will give me discounts, which is super neat. I'll show you in a second. I'm gonna go to my base, to the rest of my base again, real quick, and then I'll stop the whole thing. My little forest that's just mined down every now and then, except for the trees with bees. I like the bees, so they stay. Crops that are no longer used now that I have what I need, the dripstone, that, whatever. This is my fish farm. So like, you hold here and the trapdoor closes, you can click all you want, it won't retract. And then you sit here until the trapdoor lifts up, and then you can click the button, catch a fish, so you don't need to look at the screen at all. Gives you random enchanted books and stuff. This is how I got this fishing rod. It was like basically broken, but it has mending, so it just fixes itself whenever you use it. Very convenient. You can see I'm about to make a trident. All the tridents just to get it repaired, and then loyalty. Anyway, I just want a name tag, but I've been waiting ages and I just can't get one. The point. I installed Frank here already. I have a Frank. Here's Frank. If you hadn't guessed, he has a name tag on him to keep him from despawning. And the name tag says Frank. He is Frank. So I can press the button and he's on a powered rail. So if I press the button, it launches him somewhere. And I break this rail, for instance, he'll stop here at this villager and kill him, turn him into a zombie villager, push him along, and then I can cure the villager and get money. So, because like, if you cure one villager, so for instance, this farmer, the trade went from 22 carats to 12, and here it went from 6 to 1, 4 to 1, 3 to 1. Like, he's a lot cheaper. I cured him. But, for instance, I didn't cure this guy at all. But because he was close to another zombie, or to another villager that got cured, he gets a little discount too, which, for a toolsmith or someone with an iron trade, since it's pretty cheap to begin with, it basically always brings it down to 1 iron per emerald. And these guys give like pretty solid, great things. And then combined with the iron farm that just churns out iron, that's a lot of emeralds. I have a very considerable supply. Here's my trash bin for everything I don't want. I did not decorate, in case you hadn't noticed. Nether loot, things, a piercing crossbow. Apparently, yeah, I need to make arrows of weakness once I can, but I can't. So I'm sitting in poverty for the time being. Yeah, that's my Minecraft world. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry for the long rant again. But I'm done now. So farewell.